everyone, it's Amanda here with your December 2017 RuneScopes. Just a quick reminder, your 2018 Career and Finance RuneScopes are now available for purchase over on my Vimeo On Demand channel. The link is below for those of you that are interested in getting a preview of 2018 regarding, work, career, finance, studies, money, all of that good stuff. The link's below, just click or tap show more, or the little arrow beneath the video to open the details section. You'll find that link and everything else I talk about, all the other details regarding my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I do encourage you to click the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, because that will ensure that you are notified whenever I upload new content. And you don't want to miss the end of the month, because I will be posting the yearly overview readings here on YouTube for 2018. So for every sign, you definitely don't want to miss that. So click subscribe if you haven't already done so. This month, in conjunction with the runes, I will be using the Medieval Scapini Tarot by Luigi Scapini. And then for your spiritual guidance reading for December, the link also below. It is different from the Career and Finance. Those are going into the 2018 channel, and these are finishing out the 2017 channel, but this is part 2 of your reading. I'll be pulling one card from Madame Endora's Fortune Cards, and this features artwork by Filipak. So that link again is below for those of you that want to check that out and get some additional wisdom and spiritual guidance about how to handle the energies of December. All that being said, let's jump in and see what the last month of the year holds for you. Happy birthday, my dear Saggies. It's Amanda here. We're going to jump into December and take a look at what's going to be going on for you in your birthday month. So let's first see which runes. Which runes want to talk about December for Sagittarians? As always, keep in mind, Sag, these are general readings, as I always let you know. So not all of these messages will apply directly and personally to you. That's why I always encourage you to check out the video for your rising sign as well. That can hold additional messages, additional information for you regarding the month that we are talking about. Or you can schedule a private session with me. That's actually the only way I can connect with your personal energy. Now's a great time to do that. I do book up very quickly in January and even into February for New Year's readings. So if you want to beat the rush, I do encourage you to book with me here in December. Particularly the early part. I will be out for the holidays for a little bit. So definitely get in touch with me if you want to beat the rush and take a look at your new year. Also keep in mind, I do have holiday gift certificates available for those of you who want to give the gift of a reading with me. Just contact me at runescopesforyou@gmail.com. All this information is below as well. But let's see what's going on. This card jumped out, so it definitely wanted to be included. And this is the Challenger focus of December. We've got 4 of Cups in reverse. So this is, there may be an offer that you want to accept, or an apology that you want to accept, or an apology that you have offered and are waiting to see if it is accepted. And it could just be like the waiting game is the challenge, waiting to hear back, waiting to find out if you're forgiven, or someone else waiting to find out if they have been forgiven. But for some of you, this could be you're waiting to hear back if you've got a job, or if you got accepted into a university because Ansus is here, or accepted into some sort of study program. Definitely check out your Career and Finance reading over on Vimeo to get further details about that for the year ahead. But yeah, it seems like you're awaiting communication because you've got the rune of Wunyo, which is joy, but it's just kind of like, I'm almost ready to celebrate. Like when I get that yes answer, or when I hear back from this person, or I get that communication, it's gonna be party time. So yeah, that's not a horrible challenge, Sagittarius, especially compared to what you've been through, because as many of you will know, hopefully, Saturn will finally be leaving your sign after almost 3 years and moving on to Capricorn in December. I believe it happens around the 21st or 22nd of December, and you'll finally be free of the taskmaster who has made life difficult. And whenever Saturn is in your sun or your ascendant sign, it's not the easiest transit, but the sun, at least from my personal experience, is definitely the most difficult. So congrats, Sag, you're through it. It's over. You know, and I think you're going to start to see the rewards, particularly, well, really, you probably already started, some of you, to see those rewards, because Saturn does tend to leave a reward. If you fall, you know, if you learn from the lessons, if you spent this time repeating the same lessons and not learning from them, then it's going to be a different story. But for most of you, you know, those roadblocks and obstacles and things were preparing you for this next cycle of easier times, hopefully, Sagittarius. And that's what I'm seeing already here at the start, is that this is an offer that I think you really want. For some of you, it's an emotional offer. Maybe it's someone that you know, have asked out on a date, or you know, and maybe you texted them, or maybe it's someone, for some of you, from the past that you kind of reached out and got in touch with, or you've been communicating with a little bit and you're waiting to hear back from them. Maybe it's just like during the holidays, there's a little bit of a disconnect because everybody's with their family or whatever, and you can't wait to kind of get back and talking to your honey again, or flirting with someone in text message, that sort of thing. Now, the energy in the present, but for others of you, it's a job offer, or waiting to hear back to see if you got accepted to a program or got a promotion. But in the present, we've got the Devil card in reverse. Also a good card in reverse. Not so much in the upright, more so in the reverse, because so this would be in the present, this would be end of November going into December, or whenever you're watching this video, the present around you. This is release from bondage. So those of you that are waiting to hear back from a job, it could be that, you know, you're moving out of a position, or a very Saturnian energy. Maybe you worked at this job while Saturn was in your sign, and that was how most of that energy manifested for you, where you just felt like no matter what you did career-wise, you were hitting brick walls, running into obstacles. And now you found something, or will be in December. Some of you may not have applied yet, but you will be finding it in December. Some of you may be at the first of the year, again, because there's so many people watching, the timing can be different. You know, allowing a little bit on one side or the other for the timing. But December is the start of, yeah, kind of a release from bondage, releasing yourself from a prison of sorts, and new beginnings that are just a lot more lucky. Those of you that this is a career change, it could involve, like, you know, your first career job. Like if you graduated from university this year or recently, or you recently, you know, took exams or got a certification, you're now going to be moving into using all of that knowledge, using what you have accumulated. Those skills that you've learned. So, and you know, it could be academic. Some of you may be teaching. You may be going, you know, at any level. If you're not a student, you may be teaching. Some of you may be students though. Maybe you're going into a graduate program, or going for your PhD. Or this could also be technology or media, or kind of communications, which is such a large, that encompasses pretty much every job these days. But Ansus is the rune of communication, specifically the mouth. So anything to do with getting the word out, writing, speaking, maybe, you know, public speaking for some of you could be part of this. And many of you are very good on a stage. Even though Sagittarians, of all the fire signs in general, again, everybody's an individual, but you guys tend to be the more reserved. You can sometimes be a little shy of being in the spotlight, but maybe once you have that confidence, you really shine in that kind of a role. You really shine on stage. So, or in a public speaking arena, especially where you know what you're talking about. I mean, people will be learning a lot from you. So yeah, a lot of Sagittarians would make excellent professors and teachers. Because you have so much wisdom that you've accumulated, and when you're really passionate about something, or when you're really interested in a topic or interested in what you're doing for a living, it shines through. and you quickly become an expert in that because you want to learn everything. You just start devouring everything you can find about that subject. So I feel like some of you, those of you that haven't found that yet, it's coming. But for those of you that already have found that, you're going to start being paid for that wisdom and knowledge. The help that's going to be available in December, 8 of Coins, another great money card. So this is stability financially. This is a bit of like on-the-job training, or you know, even if you have a degree already, like when you actually start working and using that knowledge, there's a bit of a learning curve, but this is added responsibility. Those of you that this is a promotion, it will kind of carry with it definitely more on your plate, but the pay is more as well. And it's also, again, liberating you from disruptive circumstances, maybe working with a team that you didn't get along with the best, or maybe where they, you know, you felt like your workload was unfair. So even if you're staying with the same company, many of you are going to be promoted into a position where you are over others, or just away. You're in a different department. And there's an element of learning or on-the-job training with this, but it's also based on past experience or your term of service, how long you've been somewhere. Maybe every place is different. Every company is like its own little community or society, right? And there are different rules everywhere, but maybe like you had to be there for so long before you would be qualified for certain higher up positions. And I feel like for some, maybe for a few of you very specifically, that's what's happening in December or into 2018, like that you will have so many years of service somewhere, and that puts you ahead of the curve, so to speak, when it comes to being eligible for certain positions that will be opening up. And many of you, I feel like, have already interviewed or will be interviewing in December, and then it's like you're just waiting to see, you know, who's gonna get it. And if you don't get this specific one, Sagittarius, don't lose heart, because again, Saturn has just moved out. You're gonna find that 2018, there's just a lot more opportunities coming to you, because there's nothing there blocking it. They're not coming with a lesson. They're just coming freely. And you know, if it's been difficult financially, or if you found it's been difficult to if you've been stuck in a job that you are not satisfied with, or that it's not what you really want to do, 2018 is going to be the year to make those big moves. And many of you are starting in December. But yeah, this 8 of Coins, that's the help coming in, is like there may be something that kind of comes out of nowhere, and you're like, oh man, this would get me out of this department, or this would get me out of this place finally. This is actually something I want. It ticks all the boxes. I'm qualified for this. I have the right degree and education for this. It's perfect. So yeah, the 8 of Coins is a good card to have. Definitely a good card to have. Some of you may find that you hear about this opportunity through someone that you don't really get along with. Or you may be competing with somebody for a promotion that you don't really get along with, and there could be some friction, or you know, some competitiveness, or pettiness is the word I'm hearing, you know, coming from this other person. Just rise above that, Sagittarius, because it's, again, anybody who's being that way that's not going to look good for them. So just in this situation, do your best to rise above it and not engage with that sort of stuff. You know, they're going to end up hurting themselves, and that's actually coming up as a help to you, anybody who's doing that, because it's just going to make you look like a far better candidate. Now, what must be accepted about December? We've got the 4 of Swords in reverse. So this just indicates that, you know, you're not maybe going to have a lot of time off in December, many of you. You know, not a lot of restful time, either because you are starting a new job before the end of the year, and maybe, you know, you've got to work. Maybe you normally take more time off in December, and you're not going to get it this year just because you started a new job and your vacation time doesn't kick in until later. But yeah, it's just for this year. So for others of you, it may just be the busyness of the season, right? If you are traveling for the holidays, going to stay with family, or if you've got family coming in to stay with you, or many people have more than one house to go to, and so it just could be like you have time off for the holidays, but you're just exhausted at the end of it. There may also be a lot going on where you're working, but then you also have to get things together to submit to this new company, or you have to schedule time off so that you can go on job interviews and or take tests, fill out all the paperwork, whatever it is that you're doing to apply for these positions or to apply to get into this program or this university. So a lot going on. Definitely your birthday month is a busy month here, Sagittarius. And the outcome is the 6 of Coins in reverse. The busyness is your karmic reward, actually, though, by the way. It's that karmic balancing starting to happen. So it could have been like, Saturn is a slow moving planet, it's a slow energy as well. So you may have been frustrated by just how long things were taking. Just very, God, it's like everything I do, it's like sloth movement. If you've ever seen a sloth, they're super cute. You should check them out. They're all over the internet. But yeah, it could have been that kind. If you watch one move, it's just, it could have felt like that the last few years. And then all of a sudden in December, it's like everything at once. It's like, okay, nothing was going on and now everybody wants everything from me, and But that is more your pace, Sagittarius. I mean, fire signs tend to be, you like things to keep moving and you like things to happen quickly. And, so you'll be able to keep up, and it is kind of those, for some of you, maybe like careful what you wish for kind of thing. It's like, oh my God, I've been begging for 2 years for this to come in and now it's all happening at once and I'm trying to figure out how to like allot the amount of time for it, but you will figure it out. This is the harvest for those lessons that you've learned. This is, the reward for all of that effort that you've put in, because you have been putting effort in. It's just your efforts may not have been as fruitful. It's all coming here at the end of the year and into next year, Sagittarius. The outcome of December, we've got 6 of Coins in reverse. So this is a card about someone not being generous with you, or as generous. It could be negotiations. There may not be a lot of room to negotiate salary. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not going to get more money, because with the 8 of Coins, that indicates very plainly that you are. But there may not be much room to negotiate. So, yeah, when it gets to salary talks, Sagittarius, if this is those of you that are taking a new job, not that you should ask for less than you're worth. I don't think that, but definitely don't overshoot. Definitely maybe do some research on what are salaries for this position in the area. What are other companies paying for this same position in my area? Because you don't want them to go with the cheaper option and that be the only reason maybe you don't get the gig. And this doesn't have to have anything to do with money at all, though. This could just be you feeling like someone is being a little selfish, or not generous, or not giving you the benefit of the doubt in a certain situation. It could also be you feeling like, you know what, this is my month, it's my birthday, and I'm not gonna put up with, I'm gonna be selfish, right? I'm not gonna put up with other people's nonsense. I'm not gonna stay in a situation where I'm not being paid what I'm worth. I'm not going to stay in a job where I'm not appreciated. I'm not gonna stay in a relationship where I'm not appreciated or underappreciated. So yeah, I mean, this could just be you coming to a realization, like I'm sick of this situation. It's not fair, because this rune also has a lot to do with fairness. And it's something you're determined to get out of, whatever this is you're liberating yourself from. I feel like last month's reading, there were similar tones of this, Sagittarius. I could be wrong. I do so many of these videos. It's hard to keep everybody straight, but I do feel like there was some element of that in last month's reading for you guys. But yeah, so this is just that carryover energy. Those of you that haven't yet gotten out of that, or it's still unfolding, in December, whatever this goal is, like this is the rune of just sheer hard work and determination and not letting anything stand in your way. You're so over the obstacles. It's a very fiery rune as well, which goes great with your energy. I mean, that's how you know, that's why they say, there's that saying, light a fire under somebody. That motivates people, and you are so motivated to get out of whatever this confining, difficult situation has been, or this confining, difficult Saturn energy. You're so over it. You were over it probably about 2 years ago. Most of you. It's not an easy energy, but you did it, Sagittarius. It's over. Yeah, happy birthday, Capricorn. They get to have it now. And I'm sorry, Capricorn. If you have Capricorn rising, I also apologize, because you know, if you just had it in Sagittarius, I mean, I get it. The ascendant is not as bad as the sun sign, though. You're still going to notice, at least for me, you're still going to notice that it's lighter. It's not as difficult as the sun, because the Saturn energy, when it's in your sun sign, I mean, it can affect your life in many different ways. With the ascendant, you'll probably notice it's going to focus on one area. So, I mean, at least you'll have flow in the other areas. And for many of you, it looks like it's going to be in career change or relationships. For some of you, it may be both. You may just be tired of all of it. You may just be like, you know, I'm going to start a whole new life in 2018. But do join me now over on Vimeo. I am going to pull, wrong deck, your Madame Endora fortune card for the month. I want to see if we can get more wisdom and guidance on kind of how to get out of this situation, or more hints of maybe what this new opportunity is that's releasing you from this. So the link's below. I'll see you over there. Thanks so much for Thanks so much for watching, and happy birthday once again, Sagittarius. See you next time.